What is up, guys? Welcome back to Call Me Old Fashioned, where we talk everything bourbon, whiskey, and of course, old fashions. Today, we're going to be going over something just a little bit different that I don't do that quite often. It is obviously whiskey, but it is Canadian whiskey. Yes, a little old Canada. Now, the biggest thing when I was looking this bottle up, by the way, guys, every other YouTube video says that this bottle is the Canadian blends. First off, don't believe it. It's going to have to prove me wrong. I think they get it more because this is obviously like a Rock Hill Farms bottle with like a Blanton's topper with a little bit of a Maker's dip. So to me, obviously it's got some cool packaging and stuff like that, right? But it's got too much frills. It's got a little bit of everything, which means the inside usually is not going to stand up to what it looks like. But maybe I'm wrong. So that's what we're going over today. We're going to try this bottle, hang out a little bit, do some regular other stuff too. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to get with the chat because I see you guys already going a little bit crazy. Again, if you're not watching this live, feel free to tune in every Friday, 8:45. That's our normal lives. But today, I think it's Tuesday. Yeah, a little Taco Tuesday. A little improv. I'm testing out some other days of the week. So turn the bell on. That way you know when we go live because we do hang out, kick it, drink a little whiskey. You know how it goes. All right, so the chat. Let's see, Bourbon Daddy in here. Probably not in here, but he says, let's go. Can't wait to watch this one after work. See what I say. He says, Bonding Over Whiskey says, you say that, then leave. I'm glad you called him out. And he's like, I'm still here for now. I work night starting at 8:30. Well, that's when we go live, bud. You gotta get that schedule changed. No, I'm kidding. You can watch after the fact. All good. Eric says, sipping on some Watershed barrel strength single barrel. What are y'all sipping on? I think I'm gonna sip on this little Caribou Crossing single barrel. Now, I will say though, I am already a little disappointed because when I bought it, I didn't realize that this is just an 80 proof. So I don't know why I thought it was higher, but I thought it was like 100 and 102 proof. So I was pretty pumped, and then I got home and I was just straight disappointed. Dun-dun-dun. Eric says, I'm here tonight. Cheers. Happy Tuesday. Eric says it's also distilled by Sazerac Company 2, Buffalo Trace. Well, Eric, I'm going to have you come in here and do this stream for me because I didn't get to that part yet. I didn't get there. But I'm going to go ahead and pull up my screen so you guys can see what I was looking at when I figured out this was part of the Sazerac, you know? So let me go ahead and pull this up. I was doing a little bit of research on it, right? And when you pull it up, it brings you basically Sazerac's website. And then I was diving through, doing a little creeping on the distilleries. And I found Sazerac, they obviously have tons of bottles, right? Like they have Buffalo Trace, E.H. Taylor Stag, Wheatley Vodka, Sazerac Rye, Pappy's, Weller's. I wasn't aware of the 1792. I guess I just kind of blanked on that one. Bro, Southern Comfort? Bro, I was drinking Southern Comfort when I was like 15, 21, I mean. But obviously they got Blanton's, stuff like that. But as you kind of scroll down, then you see Caribou Crossing. And you're like, well, hold up. Everything that is in the realm of Buffalo Trace is usually banging. You know what I mean? Usually it's a little sweet, but usually it's good. And that's kind of where it gave me a little bit of hope. And I think that's why everybody keeps calling this the Blanton's, or Canadian version of Blanton's. You know what I mean? Canadian whiskey, I don't think could ever be Blanton's, but that's what I saw. So I don't know. I'm a little hit or miss right now. The 80 proof's got me messed up. But I will say, dive into the real part of the review, the bag. You know what I mean? Canadian whiskey has this thing where they give you a cool little bag and then you can put stuff in and then you lose it. You know what I mean? We've all been there. This one's got it's got the little moose, the little caribou, a little circle, gold, light blue. I like it. I like this bag. I'm not going to put it back in because it was a pain to take out because of the little moose on top. But even then, like the box, you know what I mean? Like the packaging on this one, you know me, I'm a sucker for some good decor up in here. But I like how it has the Aurora Borealis on here. I like how it has, the little moose and stuff like that. It's a cool looking box. That's also kind of falling into if the bottle's cool, the box is cool, the bag is cool, the topper's cool. Usually the inside, not that cool. But I did do a poll, right, to kind of switch back. Back to the view of the computer. I did a poll earlier. I did a few polls earlier, but obviously the more important one is who has tried the Caribou Crossing single barrel? You know, obviously trying this live, 8:45 Eastern time, whatever. And 1% said they liked it. 83% they said they've never tried it, which kind of pumped me up, which means I'm allowed to try it before you guys. And I think 8%, which usually probably means like 1%, said they tried it, hated it. I know Eric said he also tried it in the comments. He said he didn't hate it, but he said it's not a little America, which I agree with him on that because Canadian whiskey it's different. You know what I mean? It's not for everybody. Like I like some Crown Royal stuff, but not all the time. So kind of touch back into the chat. Tuxedo says I like 99% of Canadian whiskeys are 99% of Canadian whiskeys are 80 proof. LOL, noob. No, bro, when I saw it, I don't know what I saw that made me go, I was like, damn, that's 100 proof. Let me get that. And that's why I grabbed it. I wasn't hunting for Caribou Crossing. I promise you that. I don't know why, but I saw 100 proof Canadian whiskey and I was like, okay, let's do that. And I got home, saw it, and I was just devastated. But yeah, the bottle just kind of gives you a little basic story. It does say Caribou Crossing is available in limited quantities at select stores. So apparently it's not everywhere, and it is supposedly limited. How much that's for their discretion, which probably means not at all. Eric says, good. Here in the east of Mississippi River, like my country is on the river. I missed the call-in show stream. Would have totally called in. Hey, it happens. It was just like a test stream anyway. Like I was just going to test it out, and I realized that I messed up anyway. So you do those vertical live streams, there's no description where you can click on it. If you got to make somebody copy and paste, most people won't do it anyway. So I know if it's hard for me to figure it out, other people are not going to figure it out. Like in this one, I probably should have put a description. I didn't. That's on me. But I'll fix that sometime while we start hanging out tonight. But that's where like you'd easily be able to go and click on it. Not all the time, but should have been. But yeah, I am a little pumped to try this though, because I think if I can find a good Canadian whiskey, then I can have one on the shelf. But until then, you know what I mean? Tuxedo Cat says, oh, what did he say? He's like, I'm so bad with rivers, blah, blah, blah. Because I was waiting for you to call in. Tuxedo Cat didn't call in. He also like took half the night off. You know, we started recruiting some other people. They may pop in today because I did tell him Tuesday. Cat does say, honestly though, I gotta agree with you. The bottle, the shape of it looks like it would be stronger than 80 proof. It seems too unique. Yeah, it's Rock Hill Farms bottle. And I was like, oh, you know that's going to be good. You know what I mean? Eric says, I think the marketing tool makes it look higher proof than it is. I know. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't just me. I looked at it for like less than a minute. I was on the way out the door. You know, I got the E.H. Taylor from the hookup. I got the bourbon cream. And I was like, hey, I'll grab one more. So let's go ahead and get into this bottle. Let's open her up, if I can. What the fuck? This is a weird one. It's like a coat hanger. Came off clean, though. It does have a little band under here, too. I just like the blue. You know what I mean? It's got the little sticker. It's the only cheesy part. It's the sticker. Let me get a little close-up for you guys. A little close-up. This sticker... It is like a hologram-ish, but it's just a little cheesy. You know what I mean? It's unnecessary in my opinion. So let's go ahead and start getting a little pour going. That is a fucking sick looking cork though. You know what I mean? Like moose, little Caribou looks strong. The Blanton's one, it's like half the size. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not judging, but this top is like screaming, spill me though. Let's see. Let's put this back on. Da, da, da. Wait. Yeah. Tuxedo Cat says, Eric, that's the bourbon equivalent to stuffing a bra. Oh, bro, facts. They make the bottle look so good. You don't even check the proof. You're like, I'm fucking buying it. You get home, you find out it's half Charmin. You know what I mean? Oh, it hit me hard. Tons of ethanol on this thing, though. The sniffer may not work. Bro, I'm getting nothing. There's the review. I get nothing. No, give me a second. Miss Lopez pops in the chat and says, I thought we agreed on 7 Pacific time for start times. Man. It's Tuesday, by the way, not Friday. But 7, which is 8, 9, 10. It's not undoable, but I mean, for me, like 10 o'clock, the kids are already asleep and I gotta be quiet, so. That's okay. Bro, I get nothing on the nose. Maybe my nose is broke. All I get on the nose is ethanol. I'm not getting nothing. It's throwing me for a loop because usually I get something, you know. Louis in the chat says, "What's up, guys? Cheers to Canadian whiskey." Okay, bro. What's up with the Taylor Dom shit? Is he fake? Is he a fake person? Eric says, Mr. Lopez, bro, he found out about Taylor Dom not emailing him. Is it rigged? What's happening here? Okay, so this is fucking weird. I'll tell you that. I don't get anything on the nose. You know what I mean? Maybe my nose is a little weird today, but it's not like I'm not picking anything up. On the palate is very like more citrusy, like a little floral. It kind of reminds me of the hibiki, but like not as good. If that like obviously I'm really big on like that hibiki, but the hibiki is also another. That's 86 proof. This is 80 proof. You get almost no burn. You know, obviously low proof. You know what I mean? But that's for your individual deciding for that stuff. But it's very, very light. Bro, somebody, who the fuck said? I wish I could go back and pull up that video. There was like 4 or 5 videos when I looked up to see if anybody's done a review on this and stuff like that. Everybody's like, oh, Canadian Blantons. Oh, Blanton killer. Like, they need to go fuck themselves. That's stupid. They should not say that. I'm glad I didn't title it that. It's like a very light, like orangey whiskey. I won't completely shatter this bottle. You know what I mean? It's drinkable. It is like obviously it has the notes like Canadian whiskey, but it doesn't taste like a cheap Canadian whiskey. Like there's some Canadian whiskeys that are just like hot garbage. You know what I mean? So I'd say this is probably one of the better ones I've had, but it's nothing special. The bottle is the special part. Like if you want a cool decor piece and you need something for people that don't like whiskey to drink, right here. That's it. Let's see. Eric says it's 80 proof. You won't get nothing on the nose. So with notes and stuff like that, I've gotten fairly good at being able to get 2 or 3 notes fairly like, okay, I can pick these out fairly quick. And then once they start getting a little bit more complex, maybe I pull 1 or 2 more, but I'm not like going to pull out 50 notes anyway. But like I won't smell anything on the nose. Like I can tell it's alcohol, but beyond that, I can't get it. You know what I mean? Even knowing there's citrus in there, I can't get it. I can't pull it out. Not on my nose, at least, which is fairly weird. I've had some other 80 proof stuff. Like I'll give you an example. The Habiki, like I could tell it was citrusy, and I could tell like it had like little hint of vanilla, little hint of caramel, stuff like that. But beyond that, it was like that one was light too. This kind of, bro, is it? We're doing full experiment live on stream, by the way, guys. So if Caribou Crossing is part of Sazerac, right, which basically means part of Buffalo Trace, and this Travelers is a blend of blended whiskeys that taste like Canadian whiskey, I wonder if it's that in this. You know what I'm going to say? This sucks. I like the Travelers, but I don't like the Caribou. I don't even like the Travelers. But that is more than likely what's in this. The Travelers has more flavor to it. You know what I mean? But I can taste that Canadian whiskey. This tastes like a lesser version of that, which probably means the only reason I even like any parts of that Traveler is the other blends, which is going to be like some bourbon-esque stuff that the Buffalo Trace does like to do. You know what I mean? That's... It's not even... I'm pissed. That's not a cheap bottle. I'm upset. I was hoping it was going to be a good review. People were hyping it up with the Blanton stuff. Miss Lopez says, no, I didn't. Was it that bad of a call? I'm tripping. Where? Oh, we zoomed down. Said, did none of y'all see the call on the Celtics last night? Nobody cares about the Celtics. Dun-dun-dun. Eric says, might be good in an old fashioned. Okay. I'll give you that. I can't give it to you, man. I wanted to give it some hope. It's 80 proof. It's not enough to be like, yeah, that's a decent old fashioned because of the proof point. You know, even if it sucked and it had a higher proof point, you can make it work because I can add a little simple syrup and some bitters and stuff to kind of overpower it. I would say this would be good in it's too expensive. I don't buy this. Do not fucking buy it. Because this bottle, if you go look at resale for this bottle, it's anywhere from $150 to $300. And I picked it up for $70. You know what I mean? But $70, fuck that. You know what I mean? I'm about to take it back and ask for my money. Oh, Eric, did you say it too? I probably was a little bit ahead of you because I'm just now catching up. Eric says, Travelers is said to have some Canadian whiskey in it. I bet it's the same shit. Travelers is the blended too, though. Yeah, hopefully I'm not super far behind you guys. I just pulled off the Travelers. I gave it a taste. You guys know how I feel about Travelers. I think it's more just a cool story bottle, that part that I like, but what sucks is this is Travelers and this is Caribou. I would rather drink that Travelers than this. The Travelers has at least something of a note from a bourbon-esque, right? Where it's hey, that's an okay flavor. You know what I mean? Where this is just the Canadian whiskey part that's in this. I do think, I could be wrong, right? But I think from trying them side by side that the Canadian whiskey that's in this is part of the blend, or at least that mash bill is part of the blend that is in the Travelers. So we cracked the code. Somebody called Da Vinci. Side by side, the Travelers doesn't taste that bad when you're drinking it right after that. We're going full fucking stab mode, you know? Tuxedo says, I don't think so, because even though, it's Pacers. Eric says, I could have told you about the review. I don't hate it, but I wouldn't be a go-to everyday drinker. Eric says, it's Sazerac. It's going to be expensive. Travelers is shit, from Mr. Lopez. I agree. Mr. Lopez, if if you attend most of the lives, you kind of know, like anytime I get a chance, I kind of take a little shot at Travelers. It's a cool bottle. You know what I mean? Like I like the story. I like that it's got, Chris Stapleton. I like everything about it besides what's in it. And again, I said it's very family friendly-esque, where anybody could drink it and just be okay. Nobody's impressed, but nobody's gonna hate it. Especially people that don't care for bourbon or whiskey, they'll drink it and they wouldn't even think twice. But I didn't like the part that it was Canadian whiskey in it. I don't know. I just thought it was weird. But now trying this, which is a pretty expensive bottle, it's got a little bouginess to it too, which is kind of cool. But the inside sucks. It just is what it is. Like, I want to tell you guys the honest truth. As much as I spent a good amount of money on it, and like it looks cool, like it's a cool looking fucking bottle, but it fucking sucks. It is not good. Like, if you really love Canadian whiskey, then sure, you can drink it. But like for the price, there's a shit ton of other stuff you could buy. Go buy Crown. You know what I mean? Like, let's see. Texio says, let's see you chug the bottle. It's only 40%. You can do it. I could do it. I'll tell you guys a funny story here towards the end. Once we get like anybody new popping in, not to like slide in on that story because it's crazy. Bonding says, sorry I'm late. I figured you wouldn't like Caribou. Well, you figured right. Mitch Lopez says, I got my mom a bottle because she likes Chris Stapleton. She must think I hate her now. You said that last time, but yeah, I don't think she hates you. I do think it's a cool gifting piece. You know what I mean? Because it got some cool storiness to it. And unless somebody's just in love with whiskey or bourbon or any of that stuff, they're not gonna know. You know what I mean? Yeah, Tuxedo, he did say the same thing. I thought I was having deja vu for a second, but I know I'm in Colorado, but I can't be that high. Yeah, it's to kind of quickly go back through everything we just experienced with this bottle. On the nose, nothing. I don't get anything but ethanol. I've tried a few different times. I just don't get anything from it. You know what I mean? Like I don't pull off any notes that could potentially be really anything. On the palate, I did get some like citrusy and floral notes, right? Which, if you really just hunker down and think about those notes, then sure, those notes itself wasn't bad. But overall, it's just a very plain bottle. You know what I mean? There's nothing special to it besides the look of the bottle. You do it blind, you would never pick this. You know what I mean? And it's, I don't know. Yeah, New Glen, same smell, nothing. 80 proof. If it was higher proof, you can make arguments to make it in mixed drinks. It's too expensive for me to say make Jack and Cokes, but that's what the juice is good for. It's like a Jack and Coke style thing. You know what I mean? If it's but yeah, other than that, it's nothing special, unfortunately. I got to update the do not fucking buy list. Bonding over whiskey. You know what's funny? As I watched part of Bruzel's stream yesterday, I think. It was some day. He's coming to St. Augustine, so I was chiming in. And I saw Bonding over bourbon in the chat, and I was like, hey, is that him? Yo, you stole his name. Show me the proof says you are right on. With my thoughts on this, yeah, I'm upset with it. You know what I mean? Because if you want to make shitty whiskey, make shitty whiskey. But don't dress it up. Like, it's almost like you went home with a 10. You know what I mean? You brought a 10 home. You're about to get lucky. You know what I mean? She got cool top. You know what I mean? Cool little shape. She's got the fit. She even got her own ride. And then she takes the makeup off. She a 2. Pissed. Clip it. I don't know, bro. It's pissy. This will sit on the shelf though. And I know people are going to come over and be like, oh, what's that? What's that bottle? Oh, a single barrel Canadian whiskey? You know what I do want to know? Is for these single barrels, how small are the barrels? Because there's no age statement on these, by the way, which I don't think it was aged more than like 10 minutes, but that's just my opinion. But I wonder how many bottles go into a barrel. You know what I mean? Like how drastic do the bottles swap? You know what I mean? And it does say product of Canada on here. But I wonder how many like bottles you can get out of one barrel, and then how much do the barrels vary? You know what I mean? Because unless everybody else is lying, I either got a bad bottle, or everybody else is just full of shit. You know what I mean? Those videos got me pissed because I was all day. I'm like, oh, we're drinking some good shit on a Tuesday, and they're saying it's gonna beat Blanton's. You know what I mean? Canadian Blanton's over here. This is like, what is it called? I don't think I have any more of the fucking garbage shit. Canadian Everclear is what it is. It wasn't good enough. My bad on the joke, guys. Let me see. Chat's moving fast tonight. Bish Lopez says, oh no, I'm getting old. The memories started to go. Damn, fam. They are, because I remember it. Did anybody else send you their email? If not, I claim their prizes. No, Duffy sent me his. Obviously, you sent me yours. The only one that didn't was Tater Don, but apparently I don't think he's real anymore. I think he's a fake person. Bro, this chat's all over the place. Show me proof says blend it or infinity. So I'm not going to blend it because I don't know if you were in here at the time. Obviously, Caribou is part of Sazerac, and obviously Travelers is too. And this is a blend. And when I reviewed this, I said there is Canadian whiskey in here. I think the Canadian whiskey that's in this is in this bottle, except for the saving grace of this bottle is there is other blends in it that give it some kind of flavor. I think this is the worst part of this. I'm fucking ripping this bottle, Bo. This bottle costs $40. This bottle costs $80 at minimum. And this resells for like $300. Wait, what Tuxie says, I need to take care of you in your time of need, Mr. Lopez? LOL. Where do you keep your credit cards? What the fuck? No, I'm gonna need Mr. Lopez or Eric to tell me if it's fake, because they know something. Something's up. Something's up. I gotta just know what it is. 3 Floyd says the stream is officially brought to you by, you know. Oh wait, it clipped over. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? At least 3 Floyd knows what I mean. I'm 3 Floyd. I'm a little fucking pissed at this bottle, so it's got me all over the place. I was expecting a good review. I was expecting to have a good Whiskey Tuesday, have a good little drink, and be like, hey, this is a good bottle. I'm pissed because I spent a lot of money on something that's hot garbage. You know what I mean? All right, I'm done drinking this, though. It's just, I'm gonna leave it up here so y'all can talk shit about it. But I need something. I need something else. I need a little something. Let's go pipe drink. We gotta revive the stream, boys. We gotta do something else. Eric brought up the alcohol pads again. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Eric says, Mr. Lopez and I tried to warn you about Tater Dom. What'd you try to warn me about? Bonding Over Whiskey says, Lopez, we think Tater Dom is a fake account. Mr. Lopez says, Tater Dom is 100% a real guy out here in Cali. I've met him a few times. Super cool. That doesn't scream confidence because you didn't even remember telling your mom something earlier. But in the stream, you guys were like, we'll just tell him once he wins. So what were you going to tell me once Tater Dom won the giveaway? That's good stuff right here. Better. And my nose does work. Because I get all of the stuff off my nose on this one. On the Pipe Dream, obviously. Pipe Dream on the nose obviously got the caramel, the vanillas, all the sweetness, goodness. You know what I mean? For a second, I was like, man, am I just like getting a cold? Because the wife has like a slight fever. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh shit, maybe I'm sick. But no, the nose works. That means this is just so bland. There's nothing. He's just always busy. I don't know. That's fine. If he doesn't want his bottles, I'm okay not sending it to him. We can always redo it. Eric says, Tater Dom has a habit of winning and never sending emails. Laughing faces. I just don't believe you guys, but I'm okay with it. We'll leave it be. We'll let you know when the next giveaway is then. Yeah, I don't care anymore. I was just reminiscing the live stream and going like, what the heck's going on, you know? The Bloody 81 has made it to the chat. Missed the review, but at least he's here. I'm disappointed, guys. Heavily disappointed in this bottle. I can swap it over. I should have pulled it up like this and just straight roast the bottle like this. Make it easier for me to clip it up later. Devastating. Oh wait, where does this say that? It says it right up front. It says imported by Sazerac Company. So I get to chill for a bit. Yep. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of cruising into the part of the stream where we just kind of hang out now. We shoot the shit, hang out a little bit. Maybe I pull out something else because that one was a crap hell of a review. My end and final thoughts on the Caribou Crossing, though, is don't buy it unless you just have ungodly amount of money. Don't buy it unless you're just obsessed with Canadian whiskey and gotta treat them like Pokemon and gotta collect them all. Because other than that, it's garbage. Doesn't taste good. I think this is what's in Traveler whiskey. And I think the best quality about this is the look of the bottle in the box. But other than that, I'm done with it. Y'all want to do a giveaway for the Caribou Crossing? Ship that off to you boys. I do like Pipe Dream, though. Have you gotten WDO yet? What's WDO? Woodford's Double Oak? It would be Woodford's Double Oak, if that's what you're referring to. I've been had Woodford's Double Oak. But no, I have not got the Woodford's Double Oak yet. See, Bloody, that's the only thing that I think it's good for. Bro, it was so cool looking. You know what I mean? I was pumped. It's got the topper. It's got the Rock Hill Farms bottle. It's got a cool little bag. You know what I mean? Even got a cool box that came in. Bonnie Rosie says Woodford's Double Oak. No, I have Woodford's Double Oak. I drink that more than probably anything. That's the only thing I drink off stream. So, not only. That's a lie. I drink a lot of stuff off stream. But Woodford's Double Oak is my go-to for everything off stream. But I don't have the Woodford's Double Oak. But it will look cool on the shelf. It's the only thing I can give it to. Eric says you could pour out the whiskey and use it as an infinity bottle. You know what? If I could take this camera off, I'd go pour it down the drain with you boys right now. And we turned it into something. I think that's a good idea, Eric. I know what Friday's live stream is. Let's make an infinity bottle on Friday. Let's make something. I'll send out a little poll or questionnaire thing in the community tab. I'll do that tomorrow. And I want you guys to start throwing me ideas of what you want me to put in a infinity bottle. Try to put the stuff that I've reviewed because you know I have that, but I mean, put in what you think too. Tuxedo says I have 20% off coupon for 3 or more 750 milliliter bottles at Total Wine. So I got 6 handles of Buffalo Trace for $2.40. Is that a good deal? I think that's a good deal. I'm not sure. Like 40? No, I don't think that's a good deal. Oh, wait, 7? No, I don't think that's a good deal, fam. I mean, it's MSRP around here, so I guess Buffalo Trace probably costs a little bit extra around you because it's typically $39.99 for a 750 bottle around me, a Buffalo Trace. And 6 bottles is $2.40. Bloody says, well, it tastes good as a mixture. For the Caribou Crossing, if you have it already, use it as a mixer. It'd make a great whiskey and Coke. But don't go buy it for a mixer because I got this for like $75, but I see it online and all these other places for $150 and $300. So I think I don't know. I think I may have missed something here where like, if you go look on YouTube right now, look up Caribou Crossing. A lot of the videos are going to say the Canadian Blantons, the Blanton Killer. This is the best Canadian whiskey ever. You know what I mean? There's a lot of videos like that. Because I was trying to figure out what to label the video and stuff like that because I don't want to copy people. So I did a quick search. Bro, and I got pumped because a lot of I don't know if they're big, but a lot of YouTubers made it seem like this bottle is something super special. So like why is it super special? Because it's super expensive and not good. Like just not at all. So I don't know. I may have missed something. Somebody's doing something out there. Bonnie Royce says, that's how I feel about 1972 Bottled and Bond. It's gross. Oh. Yeah, Caribou's what I meant. Yeah, no, I love the Pike Dream, guys. Like, this is here because I needed something good to drink. I love this bottle. This is Bay right here. That's garbage. The 1792, the first time I drank it, I just have the small batch one here. I wasn't that big of a fan. I didn't hate it, though. It had some okay qualities. But, like, when I drank it, it gave me, like, a dry mouth. So I was kind of weirded out by it. I got to give that another go though, before I like completely write it off because there is a 1792 premix old fashioned that I really liked, but that's just that's old fashioned obviously, but Tuxedo says they usually sell it for 50 a handle here. I got mine for 40 a piece. Okay. So, I mean, for your area, that's a good deal then. So, take it. Eric says, bonding over whiskey. I can tell you that my 1792 was not good the first time I tried it. I let it sit for a year and revisit it, and it was amazing. Don't count it out just yet. Okay, good. I've let mine sit for a good minute. I may give it another try here soon. Tuxedo says they got to make it seem like it's good because they're in too deep. They've already spent the money. Yeah, facts. Bonding over whiskey says a year. That's so long for a bottle. Hey, good thing comes to those who wait. First rule about bourbon whiskey, patience. Eric says, I've only reopened it because of this channel. Hey, I'm out here making moves, baby. I hear there's a lot of other bottles of 1792 that are really good. I haven't found them, so I just grabbed the one I did see. So, Bonding over whiskey says, I got one with sweet wheat, even though I don't like wheaters, I respected it. I don't know why you don't like wheaters. I don't like all of them, obviously, but I do like a good handful of them. But I do hear sweet wheat is one of the better 1792s. But what do I know, you know? Yeah, no. Why didn't what's his name respond back to me? 3 Floyd. I gave him a good zinger joke. I didn't get a response from him. I'm upset. Well, I don't know. It even has like little etchings on the sides. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let me zoom in for you, boys. It's got the like little etching on the sides of the bottle. The sticker is what threw it off. You know what I mean? Like I knew the sticker wasn't like, I knew it was cheesy. I feel like at the end they ran out of budget, and then they were like, "Well, what do we put in the bottle?" And they're like, "Just throw in anything. Who cares? It looks cool." You know what I mean? Eric says, "I love wheated whiskey. My opinion only." Hey, obviously, I always preference everything with saying, like, obviously, it's your palate. You know what I mean? Everybody's different. I'm just giving you my opinion off of my palate. So definitely drink whatever you like for you. You know what I mean? And then you tell me what you like, and I try it, and then we try to see if we have similar palates. Or we try to see if you can convert me, you know? Bonnie says they're just a little too light for me. I like more rye content than proof. I'm just kind of getting into the rye portions. You know what I mean? Because the first few ryes I had kind of turned me away, and now I'm kind of slowly working back in. But I am basic, bro. I like sweeter bourbons or sweeter whiskeys just because that's usually what makes a better old fashioned. But that's just my opinion. But everything I like to try. You know what I mean? Just to kind of see how far can we push it. Mr. Lopez says, I agree with Eric. The 4 Musketeers should get samples. Oh, I don't diss those who like them. Just ain't my jam. Samples of what? Of the weeded 1792? Oh, let me get a sample. You gotta go to Total Wine. Well, boys, you know what I hate about doing bad reviews is that it ends so quick. You know what I mean? It leaves me with absolutely nothing to talk about for the night. Because if I say I don't like it, I'm like, okay, cool. Like I don't even want to talk about it because I want somebody to accidentally be like, oh, I heard Call Me Old Fashioned say something about that. Let me pick that up. You know what I mean? So I just kind of finished talking about the Caribou, and now I got nothing. So wait, what? Tuxedo Cat says samples of everything will take your entire stock. Sure. But the way I do samples is I take straight from the bottle and I just pour it like shots into everybody's mouth. So it's a one-time go, so everybody just starts drinking. So you obviously have to be here for it. So Of the infinity bottle, that may be something we can talk about. Blady says, because of samples, I've been able to buy what I like. Facts. One of the best things about Total Wine is you can go there on a weekend, usually a Saturday. They got tons of samples. And if there's always something that you've been thinking about trying that's there, that's for a sample. And you can really get a good taste for it. One of the only like toasted barrels that I like didn't, that I liked, let's say, because I'm kind of picky on my toasted barrels. The St. Augustine Distillery here has a toasted barrel. And, you know, I'm kind of hit or miss on that, but I got to taste it there, and I was like, that's delicious. Tastes like marshmallows. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think Friday stream, we should do like a little infinity bottle with this. You know what I mean? I got some decent stuff I can make it with. And then maybe we do, I'll have to look into it. Maybe we do like a sample giveaway of the infinity bottle. But I'm going to kind of revert back to, I'm going to make a little poll on tomorrow. And then what day is it? Tuesday? So tomorrow's Wednesday. You do a little poll. You guys start telling me what you want me to put into it. And then we try to line that up for Friday. Maybe we can make it happen. Eric's already leaving. Peace. Yeah, I was kind of just referring to like the I don't have any more Glens in here, at least. No, Eric, I'm not saying bye yet. I'm trying to have at least a good pour. I drank bad shit for half the stream. And then I had one small pour of Redwood, but I'm almost, you know what I mean? Like I've done some damage to this bottle. Show me the proof, says Coy Hill. No shot, buddy. I don't even have it, but like if I did, I wouldn't put it in there. Maybe a shot of Coy Hill I'd put in there, but that's, you know what I mean? I can't find that kind of stuff. I just wanted to have another pour of something decent. You know what I mean? Give me a little taste. I got to get the taste of that Canadian whiskey out of my mouth. Panthers knotted up at halftime. Bro. Bit stressing. I watched the end of that game after the live stream. I was flipping out. So, the last game. Let's go back. Mitch Lopez says, if you do drain, pour, record it, should be decent content. You know what? Let me see if this does this. Yeah. How about this? What I'll do is I'm not gonna tell you. I'm just gonna make sure you're here at the beginning of the live on Friday. Don't miss the beginning of the live on Friday. I got a way I can do it, but I got you. Tuxedo Cat says, I don't know now. Now I'm really messed up. LOL. Panthers. Get it. Ms. Lopez says, I hope not. I feel like I just got here. What I was saying, why everybody thought I was getting off, is typically like on live streams, you know, I do a little review, right? Taste it out, and then I kind of like drink it all night, and then I kind of let you know how it evolves throughout the night. You know what I mean? Does it get better? Does it get worse? How's the aftertaste last? This bottle right out the gate was just not good. And then I was trying to save it. You know, I'm trying to give it a good quality. I broke out the Travelers for freak's sake to be like, hey, here's some shining qualities. And then I ended up saying Travelers is better. So I was just like, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm not going to drink it. You know what I mean? Like, it is a cool piece. It looks cool. And everybody else in the chat's got the best ideas. Just make it into an infinity bottle. The bottle will look cool on the shelf, and at least it'll be good and a better story piece because people will ask about it. You know what I mean? But the shit inside is garbage. So I was just like, I got nothing else to talk about. What do I talk about now? So now we're just gonna start doing random shit in the chat and fucking send it. You know what I mean? Everybody's like, well, I'm still here. I'm not going nowhere. Let's get naughty, bro. Tuxedo Cat always with the weird shit. Bonnie Over Whiskey says, start putting all the Bardstown as you get them. I did see that there was a Bardstown that looked like it could have Wild Turkey 12 in it from somebody's short I saw. I'll have to be the judge of that, so I'll be on the lookout for that bottle. Eric says, the Infinity bottle. Pour what bottle you have on the shelf. I mean, I have a shit ton of shit on the shelves. I got a whole nother shelf up top. You know what I mean? Tuxedo says, I'll pour the bottle for you and record it. I mean, I'll do that for you. So to call me old-fashioned doesn't have to. I'll do it. Makeda 805 in the chat says, new fan from Arizona. When did you become full-time streamer? I mean, I'd love to say I am a full-time streamer. I'm more like I have my own business as a photographer, and it allows me to do whatever I want whenever I want. So I can say I'm full-time YouTube, but I only started this channel like back in like the end of December, around Christmas. But thank you. Bloody says, what time on Fridays for the live stream? 8:45 Friday Eastern time. 8:45 Eastern time. That's every Friday. I try to stick to that. The other stuff is I do random shit all the time, so that's just a weird thing. Show Me Proof says a couple ounces of red lime Amberana finish might give it some flavor. I heard that's a really good one. I haven't tried that yet because I just haven't really found that bottle. I haven't like hunted it either, but I hear that is the one to get because Red Line does have some really good finishing products. So I bet you it would give it a little flair, you know? Tuxedo always put weird shit. You ain't wrong. Eric says, if you are in here and haven't hit the like button already, smash the like button. I appreciate that, Eric. You always remember when I forget. Tuxedo says you haven't seen the extent of my powers. I get really weird. Got it. Makeda says thanks, or it says that's awesome, man. Love the channel. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, we like to hang out, have some good times. I mean, eventually, maybe one day we will make this completely full-time where I don't have to do nothing else except for drink whiskey as a job, but I don't know how long. That might be a while. Oh, Eagle Rare. I was like, wait, what am I drinking? I brought this down, had a little pour, and I was like, wait, what the fuck is in here? Threw me off. Eric says Hulk Smash. What? What? He says, what are you waiting for? Let's get weird on a Tuesday. Feels wrong. That's a Saturday talk. Hey. You ain't wrong. What's funny is I got married on a Tuesday, and like the one song I told them not to play was that Club's Going Up on a Tuesday. You know what I mean? But we also fucked up because it's Tuesday, a little Taco Tuesday, and we had pizza. I mean, we could have executed better, but the pizza was bomb. But, all right, story time. I can't remember where we were going with it, but I will tell you, because somebody told me to chug that bottle of Caribou. I'm not going to chug it because that's weird. You know what I mean? But I will say, back when I was a youngin', if anybody knows what LTD is, which is basically a Canadian whiskey, for a handle, it's like $11. Like $11.50. So, who just scored? Who's just scored in the Panther game? Oh, man, bro, we got quiet out there. But anyway, back when I was younger, bro, I remember my mom did not want me to drink in the house. And we got a bottle of this stuff. Bro, I slammed a handle of it. Just straight one sitting. Killed it. I was probably one of the drunkest I've ever been. But I just kind of like blacked out. I don't remember much of any of it. But it was a little intense. Tuxedo Cat says, how many times can you call me old-fashioned? Talk about LTD. Hey, once. What the fuck? Panthers scored. That's what it is. Thank God. 2-1 Panthers. Somebody respond. Yeah, I mean, somebody needs to tell LTD to give me a little sponsorship. I'm not gonna drink them on stream, but like just for the stories I have as a kid, they owe me. You know what I mean? Bro, I can't read it. It moves too fast. 2-1. There we go. Stressing me out, you know? But yeah, I don't really like drink like that anymore. I don't really slam bottles, like half the bottles, just for fun. This would probably be even worse to do it with. Mr. Lopez says, TC, it played a big part in his life. It did. That's the only thing we drank as a kid. Not the only thing, but like, we were poor kids. You know what I mean? So when we got $11.50, a little $15, even better when we got $20 and we had the change to spend it on some dumb shit. You know what I mean? That's where like we'd have a good weekend. He's like, you're right. I should make some fun. I can't help it. No, you ain't. Nobody's hurt my feelings. I promise you. So feel free to talk shit about it. I do talk about it a good amount of time. It was a big part of my drinking history, though. That and Mountain Dew Code Red. At least you know I'm not lying if I talk about it a bunch. Philly sucks. Bro, what the fuck are you guys typing? Well, since I'm running out of things to talk about that bottle, let's switch over. Let's go over the polls that we did earlier. Just so we have something to little chat about. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. That guy's pissed that I just said that. This one, what's more popular, Pappy Van Winkle or Blanton's? So the reason why I asked this is because Pappy is more desirable. You know what I mean? Everybody, if they had the chance, they would pick up the Pappies. Blanton's is more popular, in my opinion, because it's more accessible. You know, there is a chance you can get that bottle for a decent price on any given Tuesday if it just happens. Pappy's, you're not just randomly walking up and finding that. You know what I mean? You're dropping some money for it. What's crazy is because Pappy used to just sit on the shelf for a fucking couple dollars and nobody ever bought it until the bourbon boom. You know what I mean? So Blanton's did win that poll 61% to 39% so far. Let me pop over to the chat. I can't see the chat like this. Bro, you guys are. You talking like Mike Tyson? Bonnie Rosie says, I wish I could find Eagle Rare for less than 70. Yeah, come to Florida. Or go to Colorado, where Cat's at. Mr. Lopez says, I'm chilling, waiting for the gambling to start. I've been trying to cut back, boys. I've been trying to cut back. The gambling is, it's definitely fun. But, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck. I don't win that much when I'm on there. I do not like drinking in rocks glasses for whiskeys neat lately. I just can't tell how much I'm pouring. Show me the proof says Illinois for the Eagle Rare. Well, wait. Bonnie Rosie says, haven't seen Pappy's, but they want $1,700 for the 10. What I see a lot of times is like Pappy goes anywhere from like $1,000 to like $3,000, depending on what store you're in and if they have it. And it doesn't really matter which kind, because I don't think they're going based off of what the bottle's worth. I think they're going based off of what the store has and how much they think they can get for it. Because I know they all vary in price for the age statements and stuff like that, but it's just, I don't really hunt them because I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure they're good. I don't think they're the end all be all. And I like to leave some mystery too. You know what I mean? Until I can get it for MSRP, I don't want it. You know what I mean? Because I want that bottle to always be there to say something I've never had that everybody else thinks is amazing. You know what I mean? But that's like, you'll never know. I'll never know. Eric says, from what I've talked to, Pappy's really isn't much better. It's just all about the hype. I agree, and that's why you shouldn't pay $1,700 for it. It's about 45 here for Eagle Rare from Mr. Lopez. Bloody says Blanton's is by far and slim to none getting Pappy's. Oh, Blanton's by far and slim to none getting Pappy's. Lopez says, because we're not here to help you make better bets. Yeah, agreed. But Show Me Proof says, I see old Rip for $700 to $900. I mean, I've seen the old Rip as well for, usually it's like $900 to $1,100 around here. I'm not going to spend that much money on a bottle, but that's what I mean. Like that bottle, the MSRP is not really that. Bonnie of Whiskey says, I've stopped using rock glasses for my pours. I just have the ones that hold sentimental value from my grandma. Yeah, you got to keep those. Like this glass right here, this is the uncle glass I got when my buddy had a kid back in 2022. And the other one that I use mainly is the one I got from the wife for Christmas right before we had the kid. It says daddy and stuff on it. So, but yeah, I usually use Glencairns, and that's like what I use 99% of the time. But I broke one the other day, and now I'm one short on what I normally do. So Eric says, I bought the Van Winkle 12-year Lot B for $999. It came down from $1,300 a year ago. I mean, there's a $400 savings in that sentence, which is good, but I don't know if it's worth $1,000. Mr. Lopez says, do you use Streamlabs? No, I don't even know what that is. I use Ecamm for a streaming platform, if that's what you mean. Tuxedo says, holy cow. Two of them are maker's glasses with wax on them. That's pretty cool. Eric says, I haven't opened it yet, waiting for my boss's retirement. You're a nice person, bro. Wait for your boss to retire to open up some good shit. I barely make it home before I open anything that's good. Bloody says, I almost cry paying between $80 and $100 for bourbon. I've been there. There's been a couple times I'm leaving the liquor store. I spend a little bit too much money. I go, what the fuck did they even buy? You know what I mean? I look down, I go, man, I could have got me at least 10, 20 bottles of like benchmark for this. Show Me Proof says, got to go for a while. Cheers, boys. All another great live. Appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you Friday. I'm not going to do any more improv stuff this week. I got some other stuff I have to get done. But I may make some other videos. So stay tuned for that stuff. But yeah, appreciate you popping in. Let's see. To go over one more poll before we start to kind of, oh, I didn't click the button. Before we start to shut things down, the last question I did post, because I was curious, but half of me just kind of was trying to make another poll to see, like, I was testing something. But how long have you been into bourbon or whiskey, right? Because there's a lot of people that kind of pop in and out throughout the nights and live streams and other videos and even my TikTok stuff. But I kind of have a feeling that most people are on the younger side of the alcohol. You know what I mean? So I put a question in there that says 1 year or less, 3 or 5 years, or 3 to 5 years. And I put 6 to 9 years, which nobody clicked that button. And then 10 years plus, right? Now, there's basically about 40 votes in there. And the majority is about 3 to 5 years, which is a good, healthy mark. I'll point out the obvious. 3 to 5 years is basically the pandemic. So people started getting into bourbon and whiskey because they were locked down at home and had nothing else to do. I'm not pointing that out yet. I'm just saying, hey, there might be a connecting factor. But the other biggest one is less than a year, which means bourbon, as much as people want to think that bourbon is going to start slowing down or whiskey's going to start slowing down and the boom is gone, I still think it's still on the rise. Still think people are just now finding out what's going on and still getting into that rat race of, hey, let's find some good shit. So that was the main point. Is I wanted to see if there was new people still getting into it. And you got the small percentage that's been here. Like I have, I think the people that said 10 plus years, there was some comments in here. If I can pull those up real quick. You guys got mad because I didn't put the 2 years. I didn't do it on purpose, but I saw it and I was like, let's just leave it because it will stir some shit up. And it was just you guys that got stirred up, so I was here for it. I like bourbon a lot, bro. He was one of the ones that was in the first stream. He says he's been at it for about 14 months and has acquired about 200 bottles. My buddy's got some money. Let's see. Unbroken Flame said he's been going on 6 years. I can't remember where the other one is. Where's that other one? Maybe it was on a different one, I guess. But basically what I was referring to is like, maybe it was Eric. Yeah, it was Eric. He says, I've been drinking for about 20 years or so, or 20-ish years, but the last 5 or so, I've been enjoying the history and the flavors rather than seeing how shit-faced I can get. Which I think was like, you couldn't say it any better, right? Earlier in the years, we would drink whatever. We just start slamming alcohol. We mainly were drinking Jack and Coke, or we weren't even asking what it was. We're just saying whiskey and Coke. You know what I mean? And then as we kind of start to get older and we're less worried about how drunk we're getting and more what we're putting in there, and which happens to be within the past 5 years, it looks like, for most people, is we're kind of moving into this phase of like everybody's slightly getting a little bougie, saying, hey, I want the good shit. You know what I mean? They start thinking about, the notes and the proof and things like that. And we're all getting a little bougie, but rightfully so. So I thought that was a cool thing to kind of to look at from just one little poll. So this is about 10 o'clock. Kid's about to be asleep. Bonnie over Whiskey said I couldn't answer that poll. Yeah, I pointed that out. That 2-year mark killed everybody. Miss Lopez says 69 years. Hey, facts. Always. Eric says, the cat and Lopez, I'm trying to be strong because I told me wanting to crack it. I know. Just crack it already. Tuxedo Cat says, I have a theory of why, too. Bonding over whiskey. We were all supportive of each other during the giveaway when his goal was to pit us against each other. Hunger Games style when his plan didn't work. He's retaliating. LOL. Facts. For real, bro. That many bottles in that little time, bro. Yeah, that guy was. He's got a spending issue. He's a cool dude though. He's an older guy. Tuxedo Cat says, I'm revolting. I'm in protest. Well then. Well, boys, we hit an hour. I think that's decent enough for a Tuesday stream. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start shutting her down. That way we can make sure the kid gets put down. I hear him getting a little fussy out there. So, yeah, I appreciate you tuning in on a random Tuesday. Good little test run for another live stream day. Wasn't bad. Could it be better? We don't know. Let's keep testing her out. Figure out what other day works best along with our Friday. And, yeah, If you haven't already, of course, like, subscribe, do all that jazz, and I will see you boys Friday, 8:45 Eastern Time. Peace.